Hello, hello. Welcome to the Susie B channel. This is the coffee lounge where we're going to be relaxing and chatting. It is 3:35 p.m. here in Phoenix, Arizona, and 113 degrees, everybody. Oh my gosh. 113 degrees. I was just outside and I was like, oh my gosh, my favorite little dove is in the bird bath right over there. And I don't know if you could see him, the little guy. He's so little. My gosh. Welcome in to the Susie B's channel. This is the Coffee Lounge. We are just going to be chatting here today. And I actually have been having a little technical difficulties with my StreamYard. And I did an update on my PC, and it actually needed to update to a whole new volume or whatever that is called, however you explain it. It's called Sequoia for Mac, right? It's called the Sequoia. Oh my God, everybody! It's Face the Ace for real. Welcome in, Face the Ace. Good to see you. And yeah, so I had to update the. I just did an update last evening, and it seems to still be slightly glitchy. The camera is up. The camera is a lot better. It is the old camera. It's not the new one. And I actually don't know if the new camera works, but I kind of was in a test in the StreamYard, the test stream, and everything seemed to be kind of glitchy at first, but then it said to restart. So I restarted the StreamYard and then went ahead and went live to see how it's doing. It's good to see you too. Oh, thanks, Face the Ace. So yeah, it is still slightly glitchy, and I'm just gonna run it for a little bit and see how well the performance is with the program. So Nightbot says hello and welcome in. Face the Ace is just laughing, and it's good to see you too, brother. So yeah, I'm just gonna run it and see. Let's just see for a little bit. It's 113 degrees out. It's 3:38 p.m. now. And I went live last evening and I did a quick honey whipped coffee and I called it a black and tan. So if you didn't get a chance to see that, go back and check out that live. I think it's only like 20 some minutes. But anyways, I made a delicious coffee and it was let's see, it was a hazelnut coffee with a honey whipped coffee, which had honey and instant coffee whipped together into a creamy, delicious whip topping, and it sat right on top of the coffee the whole time till the very last drop. That whipped honey did not submerge and mix. Even after I tried mixing it, it did not mix into the coffee below it. So I called that bad boy a black and tan. Hi Raymond, welcome in. Good to see you. Cool out, 113. Yeah, that's really cool. I actually enjoyed the pool also yesterday. I got some nice exercise in. I did some laps around the pool and ran around the pool and kind of just did some backstrokes and doggy paddles and all that fun stuff and got my blood flowing. And I actually woke up a little sore. I was like, oh, I really, really got a good workout yesterday. So it was like 101 until midnight, 100 degrees. And it was around just a little after 7 that I jumped in the pool and got a nice little workout. So pretty soon here, it's just days away where I'm going to be leaving the city and going up to the village for I believe 3 months, at least 2 months. We'll see how long I stay there. I'm scheduled for 3 months, but we'll see. And it'll be a little cooler up there. The reason why I chose to go up there this year during the cooler season is to actually get out and do more and explore a little more. And so I'm anticipating being a little more active. Although this summer I haven't really been able to be too much active, but the pool was there, and even going outside in this 100-degree weather, it just drains you right away, and you just really just want to run back inside. Honestly, I got some yard work done, I was able to let me just show you. I was able to weed to trim all the grass up there. Sorry, the window's a little dirty, but it was crazy. It was like a jungle growing out there, and I was able to get all that trimmed. It was just bugging me. It was just like, I don't know, what was it, like 100 degrees, 101, 103 or something. And I was like, you know what? It needs to be done. It just needs to be done. I tried to hurry, so I was in a hurry trying to do it, get it all done. But it got done, and I still have over by that wall, there's all that alyssum growing. I think I'm going to rip all that out, put some new flowers in there, just something different. I can't do that out in this heat. It's just very uncomfortable and almost unbearable. But let's look to see what's going on in the neighborhood. Hopefully everybody's having a great Thursday. And I've been watching some videos. The people that I know, I've been visiting their channels, watching their shorts, and just kind of in the background, strolling through the YouTubes. And I ran across an indigenous channel where, because I've been doing a lot of research on it, as some of you may know, on petroglyphs and things like that. And I kind of ran across a few channels that were showing like Chaco Canyon hiking adventures, and then I ran across a video that showed they were touching up on the giants, the giants, and there's one that was not spotted, but there was a man claims that he had seen up in Oregon. In the mountains, this big, huge kind of mountain with a rock formation that kind of looked like it had a rock door, and he swears he saw it open. But anyways, that video led into the door in Peru, because they were kind of giving all the examples of doors that are seen in the rocks all over the country, all over in different countries and stuff. And this happened to show a door in Peru that looks like a T. And I think they called it the Gate of the Gods. And there's also another word for it. But these doors, it kind of clicked. Something in my head clicked about the shape of that T door in Peru. And I followed another adventurer here in Arizona and throughout Utah. But on the adventures in Arizona, he came across some dwellings that were cliff dwellings by the Puebloans, and they actually built with mud. They actually fashioned bricks, and they would build little granaries along the cliff sides, and actual dwellings where you could see soot that had been accumulated on the roof of these kind of cave-like cavities that were in the mountain. So when you light a fire, you're going to get the black smoke, and it's going to leave a residue on the ceiling of these caves, right? So anyways, some of those buildings, some of those dwellings that this person in a channel that I follow, I'll have to get his name, but some of the dwellings had some T doors, and these things, so the bricks are built, and it's an actual entrance, or some of these T-shaped holes were built into like the top of the dwelling as a status symbol. But nobody really knows. And it's just an entrance that looks like a T. Let me see if I can show you an example. But anyways, I'm looking for it. That door in Peru, which is just it's kind of carved into this mountainside, and they say that a lot of anomalies happen in that area. They believe it's a gateway. But I saw that T, and I'm like, where have I seen that T? Oh my God! Instantly, I remembered that T symbol has been seen throughout Arizona, where I live, like in my backyard. You go out, travel an hour and a half, maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, and you're going to run across uh, dwellings that have been built either on a cliffside or in caves that are little granaries or places where people actually lived, usually along a creek or rivers or spring. And these dwellings have that same darn tea. And I'm thinking, okay, there's got to be a connection. So this is something that dawned on me last evening while I was watching several videos. And then all of a sudden I saw this tea door and I'm like, what the heck? So, while watching a video where a man was out here in Arizona, him and his brother were out hiking and they came across a dwelling that had a tea door. And he goes, look, a tea door. And then, lo and behold, I was thinking, right before he says this, I'm thinking, whoa, I had watched that giant video before this video, and where they showed that door in Peru. And so I had already watched that video. So in my head, I was thinking, is there a connection between Peru and all the way up here to Arizona, right? All the way through Mexico, up the the landmass, up all the way up into Arizona. And I was thinking, I wonder if there's a connection. And what the heck does that dark? Nobody knows what it means. So, anyways, in the second video where the two brothers were hiking through Arizona, they found the dwelling. They found that tea door. And it looks the way it sounded. It's like a big, thick, fat T. And it was found in a lot of dwellings here in Arizona. And one of the brothers goes on to explain that there's a scientist, an archaeologist, something in that field, where he was trying to put those connections together. And I'm like, wow. Because I thought, I was going to put a video together, but there's already somebody working on that. And I just kind of felt like, okay, well, I'm going to have to dig a little bit more and see if they actually got the answers, because that's actually a big mystery. They want to see if it's connected to, from all the way from Peru, clear up to Arizona. These may have been people who were shown how to build this way, or maybe possibly, was it a religion? Was it a way of living? Was it to recognize each other? So I was just real interested in all that. Hey, beautiful Keith, how you doing? YKB, how you doing? So that's what I was doing last evening. I was kind of researching this stuff, and I ran across a video that it was a new. Well, I don't know. It wasn't that new, about the man who saw the big doorway in Oregon, and he says that he saw it open. And then that whole video was compiled with several examples of other doors seen across the world. And they kind of just put it all together in this video. And so that's when I seen the Peru door, and I'm like, okay, I've seen that door before, but it looks so similar. The one in Peru, called, I believe, the Gate of the Gods, also something else, I can't remember, and I didn't write it down. But I was thinking, that is so interesting. That is just so interesting. So that's what I was doing last evening, and I just thought I'd share that. Let me see if I can find a sample to give you guys a visual to look at. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, there's one already. Shoot, go back. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, let me see if I can let's see if I can get a photo of one here. So this is just very interesting. See if I can find that photo. I'm on a video. Okay, here we go. So this is what I'm talking about right here. Let's see if I can get a good photo of it. It seems that my computer is slightly glitching or freezing a little bit. I don't know why it's doing that. I just ran a major update, so I apologize for that. But it just give me a few moments to just get past all this. Okay, so I will share the screen and we will see. This is just interesting to me because I just feel like. So here's the door. So this is called the T door. And this door has been seen and has been seen in Peru, right? The door is very similar. The one in Peru seems like it's a little wider, but it definitely is a T. But this particular shape here is found in Chaco Canyon in New Mexico. It's also found in the dwellings in all throughout Arizona in the dwellings. And nobody knows what they mean, but this video, obviously, this video says the truth about the T doors. So I honestly didn't see this, so I don't know what they actually are going to say about it. Pre-Hispanicos T-shaped cutouts. Okay, altar stones with T-shaped cutouts. So that's what a T door looks like. So like there's some what are they called, a kiva over in Chaco Canyon in New Mexico. There's a huge dwelling in there, and there's a kiva. A kiva is this circular space that they built for. It looks like, you know, a bunch of people could go in there at once. And maybe it was a place where maybe rituals were done or celebrations. I don't know what was going on in that place, but in the entrance of this place is a keyhole, is a T door. I call it a keyhole, but a T door. So that's as far as all the way up into New Mexico. Plus, Arizona has a lot of dwellings that has this T door. So I'm just curious, but that's what it looks like. So if anybody's interested or curious of what the heck a T door I'm talking about is, this is it right here. This is a replica of what it looks like. On the right is probably just a little, you know, handmade one or an example, but on the left is probably more than likely a real one, carved in stone. But the ones that I've seen were just bricks that were fashioned in a wall, and then the entranceway was this actual shape. So we call it a T door. So anyways, that's what a T door looks like. And I saw this, and I saw it all the way down in Peru, and I didn't realize, because I know I've seen that door before, and I never really thought about it. But then when I was studying for a period of the petroglyphs and their meanings, and I was just trying to find all the information I could about the petroglyphs and their symbols, I found just a lot of videos of people trekking through the Arizona desert and up into all the way into Utah. But honestly, I don't remember seeing in the few videos of the channels that I was watching the adventuring in Utah, I didn't see any dwellings with the T doors. I just remember seeing them from the adventuring in Arizona. So that's just a whole separate subject that I just noticed that was appearing often in these dwellings, was that T. And even some of the adventurers said that they were seeing the T door, and they weren't really sure what it meant. And as far as I know, nobody's figured it out yet. So this channel right here, it says the truth about the T doors. So I'm just going to read in here. It says the episode of this, I discuss actual origins and meanings of the Tidor aperture found at the ruins throughout the Southwest, USA, and Northwest in Mexico. The Tidor is synonymous with ancient sites, but the importance of this iconic symbol is often overlooked. In this video, I discuss the origin, the links to Mesoamerica, and how it influenced pottery and art, and it was even used as an altar. Okay, so if you like, okay. So I'm thinking he has a theory, but I don't know if it's an actual. So it gets real interesting. Hey Chris, how you doing? Welcome in. So that's just like a realization that I had last evening, and I was like, no way, all the way down in freaking Peru, this Tidor appears, but it wasn't in a dwelling. The one in Peru is actually a carving in a mountain. There is a story behind that, and I believe a while back ago when I was researching a lot of paranormal phenomenal things. That Tidor that looks like a Tidor in Peru, I believe there was a story to the effect of they seen some beings going into that. There was a that they believed some beings just walked right into that and disappeared. But I that was a long time ago, and I believe that was the effect of the story. I'm sure there's a lot more to it, but I just thought that was interesting, and I kind of left it at that. But then in this video recently that kind of caught my eye about a man in Oregon that had swore he saw this door open in the mountain, a big giant door. I think he said it was over 30 feet tall. That video led to the door in Peru, which had the Tidor, and then it set me on a wild adventure looking, backtracking to all these adventure videos that I've been watching to find the videos with those Tidors. And so I'm kind of interested. I may go back to that video and listen to one of the brothers talk about that. I don't know if he was a scientist, archaeologist, geologist, but I'm gonna have to look up that person and see, because they're trying to make a connection between all of these Tidors, and I think that they're either someone has already figured out what it means, or they're really close. So I'm just really interested in learning about that, because I have roots in Mexico, and I'm kind of interested. A lot of that information and a lot of this history has not been discovered yet, and if it has, it's kind of it's just not being talked about, and I'm just digging into it a little bit more. So Gate Smasher says hello, face the ace, and to Keith, to beautiful brother Keith. There's that thing I was watching today. Oh, you were watching this, YKB? Let's see. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go back to that. I just wanted to share that. That's what I've been up to lately. So I'm just kind of doing some more research, and there's the Chaco Canyon thing was very interesting because they did an excavation in there, and there's like a specific room. I don't know if it's called room 32 or 43, something like that. Room 32, something like that. 23. Anyways, it's a specific room where there was a bunch of bones found that were excavated a little bit. And on some of those bones were indicative marks of butchering. So that's interesting. So they think there's a little bit of cannibalism going on in Chaco Canyon. And then you get the Navajo describing the Anasazi being those very people who enslaved others and were using them for currency, and also possibly doing other things that were unspeakable. But apparently or supposedly, this race of people were extinguished. So I don't know if the Anasazi were the ones that were teaching the Tidor, if that meant, their lifestyle. So I think they're really close to figuring it out. I mean, if you look at all the clues, it's pretty much right in your face, common sense. And eventually someone's going to put two and two together. And, just the more evidence that you see, the more that, pretty much it's apparent what's going on and what symbols mean. So anyways, oh, the same thing that I'm talking about, YKB? Oh yeah, the petrified. There's another guy that does the study of those rocks, right? All the rocks, and he says that there's DNA in these things. Like if you look at it, you stand back from a big rock layer that has layers of reds and pinks, and that if you look at a piece of flesh and you cut it like bacon, you get a piece of pork belly and you cut it, vertical, and you open it and you can see all the layers, the fat layers, the meat, and any kind of meat. If you cut it like that and look at the layers, that looks pretty darn similar to some of these big rocks that we're finding out here. It's crazy. Like, so I heard an interesting science. I don't know if it was a theory or it's fact. I mean, all the evidence was there. So they said that a long time ago, well, when the flood was apparent on the planet, a lot of living things sunk to the bottom of the water, right? So they were describing the science of what was happening to anything that was organic and living. So when it sunk to the bottom, there was a reaction, a chemical reaction happening. There was a lot of extracting of some like chemicals from the organic matter, whether it be living or plants. And this was causing the petrification. So everything that like was covered in water that went to the bottom, there was a chemical process happening where there was a lot of stuff being extracted from this organic matter that made it petrified. So that was interesting. I can't explain it the way they did, but I kind of can give you an idea of what they were talking about without getting too scientific about it, because I don't know all the words that they use. I don't remember. But that's how that petrification was happening, and indeed it was happening in the water. And then the years and years and years of it, being submerged in water, they were showing how the petrification process was happening, and it all made sense to me. It was kind of interesting. But yeah, the gate smasher. I know I've done some research on that. I've heard about the Tartarian time, Tartaria, and all that. Believe me, I've kind of passed through all that knowledge, and I just kind of put it all behind me, because there's really no way of telling unless unless you're like a geologist, or you actually get in that field and you're actually there and you got a piece of some of that stuff, or you find a crew that is knowledgeable on it, and your hands on with the stuff right in your lap, and you got it under a microscope and you doing all the testing. I think that's the only way to really find out about all that stuff, by taking the scientific approach to it. But I think it's very interesting, and that big old mount that was on in that movie that looks like a tree, that people were saying it's a rock formation. It looks, you can see the freaking bark on it. I mean, it looks like stone now, but if that thing was submerged, and all that process happened, then it went through the petrification process by all the extracting of all these specific minerals, uh, which would have, I can't even explain it because I would be screwing it all up. But that's what was happening. It was, submerged. The minerals were being extracted, and then it started to petrify, and that happened with everything that was submerged. So there could be a lot of things that were petrified. So the flesh, the petrified flesh makes a lot of sense. Um, I just don't know how that could have happened, but you can see that the layers. It looks like flesh. I've seen a lot of photos of things, big things, big things. So yeah, that's just kind of interesting. Hello, Rashid. How you doing? Engrossing love unsolved history. Yes. Polymer bricks made out of andesite hard rock. As if you could turn rocks to dust and pour them to look like a shaped stone. Rashid says hi, YKB. YKB says hello, Rashid. Yes, accelerated osmosis. There was a, I don't. It's gonna be in my history, right? You go if you would ever find a video that you watched. There's an actual column in YouTube that says history. You click on that and it'll show you everything you watched. And I might have to go revisit that and see if I could find that video that explains the petrification process during the flood. So that's when a lot of things were petrified. It was during that flood, and they said the water certainly helped petrify a lot of things because there was a lot of reactions happening, a lot of extracting of minerals and things, and then a lot of stuff was happening. You see an unknown wheel that looked like a time machine or something like it that was broken, that was buried in the mountains of Turkey, was there for over a few thousand years. Strange. I know. A lot of things, a lot of strange things. I believe that. Hey, suspicious guys, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, so forgive me, my YouTube is glitching a little bit. I did an update on the computer, and I'm just running it to see if if it acts up a little better. I know that while I'm talking and it's frozen on my side, I believe the sound is still going through. So I'm just gonna keep talking, even if it's kind of frozen on my side, just because I believe it's going through the sound. I just want to change the music here. And but that's the kind of stuff that I've been like into lately. I wasn't even thinking about those darn T-doors. It's just so happened that this video popped up on my feed about these doors that we're seeing. And honestly, over here where the Lost Dutchman mine is at, in that area, I can't remember off the top of my head where it's by the Salt River. There's a nice hiking trail over there, and there's a waterfall at certain times of the year where the water's flowing because of monsoon and stuff, and it's a beautiful hike. Anyways, there's a cliff, and on the cliff, the water is going right over, and you kind of off to the side, and if you kind of shimmy on this really narrow cliff, on the rock wall, it looks like a perfect door right there, like a door. You could see the whole shape, the seams, everything. And I saw this in a video and a picture. If you look up Google and you look up the area, a lot of people hikers who have gone through the area take photos and they share it into the Google Maps. And so Google stores all these photos, as many as you share. And a lot of people have taken a picture of this door, not really describing it as a door, but as part of the beautiful landscape, which is beautiful. Mainly the waterfalls. The waterfall happens to be part of that area. So you see a lot of waterfall photos or the falling water in that area. And I just happened to notice that there was a freaking 14, 15 foot looking door that's 14, 15 foot high, possibly higher. I'm just taking a guess. But and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh, that's interesting. it's just interesting. It's not something that I'm going to pursue and go and spend the rest of my life dwelling on stuff like that. But it's just something I'm going to take notice of and then just keep going. Right? I'm not going to. But the T door that I just kind of got slapped in the face with last evening, and like in my mind, my wheels started turning, and I started thinking, that's really interesting. Could those peoples have gone from Peru all the way up through Arizona to live because of something? You know, that they traveled this far. Um, it's just something interesting to think about. If you can tie them all together, that they were the same kind of peoples, or this in the same, you know, same ideas, the same architecture, same beliefs. It's just that stuff's interesting to me. Is 10 past Cinderella from here? Hope you get your mail soon. Oh, thank you, YKB. Sleep well if you're going to bed. In South Africa, we can craft entering. We've seen craft entering and exiting a mountain. We're there to observe the frequency in the air when we see. See, that's crazy cool. That is very interesting. And Suspicious Guy says hello. Beautiful Keith brother says hello to Suspicious Guys, and Rochette says hello to Keith. Let me see. Rochette says I saw a DeLorean that looked like a time machine. Oh, wait a minute. That was a movie. Never mind. Rochelle, anybody having some coffee right now? I'm thinking about making me a nice, beautiful cup of coffee. Maybe it's an ancient portal. Uh, Suspicious Skies. There's places like I was telling you about that door. There, like the door in Oregon. I know I've seen that story before, but this goes into the whole giant phenomenon, the giants, right? And then all of a sudden, you watch one giant video, and then YouTube just slaps you in the face with 50 more, and you're like, whoa! And it could make you busy for hours. So you have to kind of like pick and choose who, because then it goes into crazy, crazy, crazy people presenting the stories, right? You got the typical Kandahar giant, and there was you got to be even careful. I've been seeing a lot of AI produced stuff. It's a whole story with no with like two moving pictures, slightly moving, and it tells you a whole story for like 20 minutes. The stories are intriguing, but you can tell that it's AI. So the voice, it's a voiceover usually, and it's a story. So those I've been seeing quite a bit of those lately on YouTube. So apparently, you can whip up a whole story using AI. And I know that I kind of way back when I presented my video with being gaslighted, actually used this together the video, but the story was all there. The story was my story. I just didn't have any knowledge of how to do the visual effects and things like that. But I'm seeing a lot of that like now, a lot of that stuff. So I don't actually know if any of that stuff is true or not. But anyways, that giant story kind of caught my eye because they referenced the kid that went missing, that was being followed. The guy in Oregon was also being followed by white vehicles. And what is really strange? What is up with the white vehicles? When I was in Kingman living with my mother, and some of you know this story that I've told a long time ago, a year and a half ago, about the time that I had missing time. And my memory is so jumbled between a few of these events where there was a white car parked outside the house after either it was the memory loss episode, or that dream where I felt like I was violated by that little girl that looked she looked human and looked like she had big almond eyes. But then When the D-man was around, he brought it to my attention that if it was anything otherworldly, why would they be using a syringe to inject into my arm? So it was between that time of the memory loss and that dream that I had, that I went kind of vegetable for a week or two, and my mother was hand feeding me at the time. So I can't quite put that timeline together with those two events that happened. But there was a white Mustang watching the house, and this Mustang looked like it was newer than it should have been out yet. It looked more futuristic, and it was brand new. The thing was flawless, and it had darker than limo tint windows all the way around. When I stood in front of this car, about I want to say 40 feet in front of this car, and I just looked down into the passenger window to see if I could see who the heck was sitting in this car. You could not see the light through the back window. That's how dark these windows were. You could not see the driver. You could not see into the car, period. So, and this guy that was in Oregon was seeing uh, these vehicles, but actually, when they passed by him, because he actually went back to the site. Every time he visited the site, he would get visitors, and he felt like he was being followed. And he actually showed video footage of these vehicles. Anyways, the two trucks that passed behind him while he was filming on his phone, they looked to me. They honestly looked like state trucks. Like the kind of trucks that you see on the side of the highway that are putting cones down, like city trucks, city work trucks. That usually have that yellow line down the middle of them. That are with reflective paint. He said they had no license plates. And strangely, I didn't look to see if that Mustang had a license plate. The front certainly didn't, because Arizona doesn't require plates in the front. So you just need to have them in the back. And you can have like whatever you want in the front. It could just be a vanity plate that you made yourself. But anyways, I thought that was interesting. And that video led to the T-doors in Peru. You're making pizza tonight? Oh my God. You're going to look for pythons and stargazing? We just had a meteor shower, and because where I live, there's so much light pollution, I didn't catch a glimpse of not one falling star or a meteor or, a sparkle in the sky, nothing. I did go out and look for a while, but I didn't catch anything. I'm sure there's still many, scragglers passing through. Look at all the little doves. They're in the grass right there. So, Kate Smasher, have a good night from Suspicious Skies, the Adjustment Bureau. I don't know if you guys remember when I told the experience with the Mustang with that guy. Definitely, I think they were intimidating him, probably trying to drive him crazy. But this car that was in front of my house, or I was actually in front. So if you go out to the front yard and it's just off to the left, we had an empty plot next to our house. So it was kind of parked in front of that, but it was there. And with my memory being jumbled between two experiences, I don't know if it was after the dream or if it was after the memory loss one. I'm thinking it was after the memory loss one, where I forgot who I was for an hour. But anyways, when I went out and finally had enough of that dang car being parked out there, in my mind, I grabbed. I had at the time I had a Glock 19. I grabbed that, loaded it, cocked it back, put it behind my back, and I walked out to the front yard and looked at that car. And in my mind, okay, this was just a test to see if it was like something, if this whatever it was human, or if they were actually or telepathic, or I don't know. But for some reason in my mind, I thought I would try to communicate. And sure enough, I said, "You're scaring my mother. If you don't leave, I'm going to shoot you." And so after I said that in my mind, that car turned on and peeled out, like right after I finished saying that. So I was thinking, okay, this is not human, whatever the heck it was, is sitting in this car, or it was telepathic. I don't know. I don't even think about it anymore. But that's what happened, and I just thought, uh, I just wanted them to leave. They were scaring my mother, and I was fed up with being scared. I was done. I had enough. My mother, I was always protective of my mother, still am. But anyways, that's what I did. That's what happened. And so it's always a white car. It's just so weird. Just really weird. You're sitting on the back porch watching a doe eat. Ooh, is it just eating on the grass and stuff? Keith is sharing some fuchsia face emojis with the flower. Hey, Scully Pops, how you doing? Roger. He says hello to Roger and Keith. Rashad says hello to Scully Pops. Face the A says hello. So yeah, this was this is stuff in my past, and I've kind of moved on as far as all that goes. I know I'll never get answers, and I'm not gonna waste my life away and dwell on all this stuff because you'll never get answers. It's an experience. You deal with it and you move on and just keep going. That's just how I see it now. I'm not gonna turn into an alcoholic because I'm trying to drown out the memories. I have accepted that this was part of my life. I wasn't really traumatized by most of it. I mean, I grew up. I grew up pretty rough growing up. Pretty rough, rougher than these experiences. Honestly, is survival. But I just came to the conclusion that this is all part of experience and learning from dealing with life, and you just move on and don't dwell on it. So that's just what I decided to do. Scully Pop, hi. Mega Love shout out, bro. Long time no see. I hope you're doing good. Face the Ace, hi. Mega Love shout out. I hope you're doing good. From beautiful Keith. Scully Pop says doing well. Scully says face the Ace. And Face says hello, Keith. Hello, Scully Pop. From oh my God, everybody, it's Face the Ace. So Rashid says hello, Face the Ace. Hello, Rashid. Hi, Norma. How you doing? Good to see you. Keith is just sharing some love hearts. Yeah, so I've just lately, you guys all know that I've been doing the studying of the petroglyphs and their meanings, and then I've seen these T doors, and then I've watched the Chaco Canyon investigations, and basically just adventurers going out there and taking the tour, and they're just kind of sharing the knowledge that they got from the tour guides and the people who are there. And even Giorgio Tsoukalos has covered the Chaco Canyon. Recently I learned that Keanu Reeves was there, and they were like filming a movie in the area. And there's another guy, I can't remember his name. Anyways, they paused the filming and left. I don't know quite why. Let me see if I can. I don't know. There's been a lot of scientists that have gone out there and kind of done some research, and but what it boils down to is not so good people were living there. They possibly had slaves. They found feathers all the way from Mexico, from like different kinds of birds with colorful feathers. The toucan, and what are the macaw? Was it the macaw? Anyways, all those birds, those exotic birds, were down in New Mexico and down at Chaco Canyon. The bones that were pulled up out of the ground, they found marks indicative of butchering. So kind of like how you would find on bones. Now we use tools and stuff, but like if you're out in the wild and you're butchering an animal, you're going to use your knife. You're going to see scores in the bones. Well, that's the kind of scores that were found in these human remains. So that can only lead to cannibalism. So they believed that that was happening. It goes so much deeper. There's so much going on, and these are on the that was happening over here too. So that was in New Mexico, and if those buildings, that's why that T door is important. That T door, because if they were doing that at Chaco Canyon and they had that T door, and that T door is showing up here in Arizona or is being discovered here, then that means all of that stuff was happening this way. And there's probably pits and pits of bones all throughout the state if that was going on. And can you imagine hiking around the desert and then, you know, say it's monsoon and the water just sweeps away one of these, you know, these pits one day, and you got a bunch of bones floating around. You're like, what the heck? That's probably what's going to end up happening, because we get some hellacious monsoons that come through here every summer, usually around the month of August, August, September. I haven't seen the monsoon yet, and I'm excited to greet the monsoon because I really love monsoon. You doing good, Norma? That's good. Let's see. Keith says hello, Norma. Megalove shout out. Hope you're doing good. Rochelle says hello to Norma. You're doing good. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. Hopefully Raymond's doing good too. Yeah, so it's interesting, the history out here in Arizona. And honestly, because I lived in California up until like 16 years old, and then my parents moved to Arizona. Uh, but I'm starting to realize that I'm kind of connected to Arizona because possibly I may have some ancestors that have been through up and down through Arizona, New Mexico, all the way, you know, down to Mexico. You know, maybe some of my family history could be right here on the very dirt that I'm living on. So it's just kind of exciting. I don't know. We are Aztec, and my grandmother lived out of Durango. I mean, it could even be beyond her. Like her ancestors, her grandparents probably, you know, could have already trekked all the way up, you know, through Mexico to through New Mexico, Texas, which probably wasn't all those states yet. You know what I mean? And then back down. I don't know. It's just interesting. It's kind of interesting, and that's probably why I'm here to figure out. It's probably why. Well, I don't like that there's not a lot of trees here. I love the trees, but I think it before. Uh, I think the desert may have been more covered in more vegetation than it looks now. I think the flood may have killed a lot of things, or wiped a lot of things away. But you know, you add a little water to any of this desert sand. You go get a bucket of the desert sand and put it in a pot, right? Go scoop up desert sand out of wherever. Put it in a pot and just water that every day and see what grows out of that freaking pot, out of that sand, out of that soil. You will be amazed what grows out of there. Not, I'm just not talking about weeds, like, you know, weeds that you got to pull every day that look like grasses, but I'm talking you'll get trees. You'll get trees popping up out of there, sprouting. You'll get flowers. You'll get cactus. There's some cactus in my one of my planters that I don't remember planting. I gotta show them to you guys. They're minuscule little tiny cactus, and like, where did those come from? I don't even know how they got there. I don't know if they were in the soil ball that I threw in there. Uh, I I so when I was up in Williams, I went to a class, and some of the what are they called? The Rangers, or they like, we had a little shop, and we used clay, and we put a bunch of seeds together, and they let us take them home, and they even gave us a few plants of, you know, the area to take home and plant. So anyways, some of those balls, maybe there was some cactus plants in there, I don't know. because I did plant them in that planter. I planted a bunch of stuff, and just was. I've been waiting for whatever's gonna grow. It's just mystery plants, and there's like 5, 6 little cactuses growing out of that planter, and I'm like, what? I don't remember planting those. They look like little saguaros with little the the prick the spines, the spikes are so minuscule and they're so little. I cannot believe it. They're like a miniature little saguaro. I don't know even know how to, I don't even know what they are. I got to do a plant ID. I don't go outside. It's too darn hot. Mike, how you doing, Mike? Good to see you. Welcome in. Keith says, hi, Mega Love shout out. Hope you're doing good. From beautiful Keith, brother. Always get a DNA test done to find out where families comes from. Right? See, I didn't get to know my grandmother. She was gone by the time I came into this, till I popped out into this world. But she was actually short and really dark. Mike says Keith, and Rashid. Scully says hello to Mike. Scully says hi Norma and Raymond. He's waving. My computer's freezing. Mike says, hey, Scully Pops, thumbs up. Thank you. But yeah, there's like these tiny little cactuses. My point is, you go out in the desert and you just grab some sand, or it's a lot of sand. It's clay. It's a lot of clay. It's powdery dirt. Put it in a planter and just keep watering it, and you'll see that there'll be so many things growing out of it. There's so many things growing in our yard that I'm like, what is that? So I found what is it called? An Australian bottle tree. That was growing in our yard. I'm like, how the heck did that get in here? There's like ash tree. There's some other stuff. I got to do some plant IDs with some other stuff, and I'm like, where's all this stuff coming from? Like in our yard. So a lot of mystery plants. Bunch of mystery plants. See if I can get this smaller over here so you guys can actually see the video. But yeah, Scully says thumbs up. Thanks, Scully. So yeah, I just wanted to come live for a little bit and test out the StreamYard and see. It's been glitchy. I did an update. I ran an update, and I'm running the Sequoia for Mac now, and it doesn't seem to have made a huge difference. But I mean, it's not interfering too much with the live. There is an option here that's new in the StreamYard, and it says so it says advanced restricted firewall mode. So if you click on that, you have to do that before you go live. It'll try to bypass the like the firewall if the firewall is blocking StreamYard. So I did select that to try to see if I could get a smooth live, right? So I don't know. So I did do that. I updated the computer, and I still don't know what's causing the glitchiness. So I apologize for that. Mike says, help you with that. Oh, don't, never mind. So yeah, it was. Mike says it's really glitchy for a buddy the other night too. So is it not? Is it just? It's not just me then? Is it then? It's StreamYard? Because by tomorrow, I've paused payments to StreamYard for a couple months till possibly they get their stuff together and get this running correctly. Because if it's not on my side, it's only when I pull up StreamYard, and actually when I tried to pull up Restream was glitching too. So I don't know. But then I haven't tried Restream since I've updated my computer. So I don't know. So it's StreamYard. Okay. Yeah. So I probably. There's only probably it was 11 days a couple days ago. It's just a little over a week where I'm going to be leaving the city, and I'm going to be going to the village. So there'll be some more lives from over there. And I did go to my laptop and try the StreamYard, and it was actually working fine. It seemed like it was working fine over there, but I think it was still glitching over there. I'll have to try it again. But I just wanted to see. It's not as glitchy, but it's running fairly smooth. But there's still some glitchiness going on. It's bearable, but it's uncalled for, and I'm not going to pay for that. I'm not going to pay for something that's not working 100%. So I need quality right here, and if I can't get it, then I'm not paying for it. You had to take away permissions on a few things. Yeah, the last time he was trying to get me to totally disable the firewall, and I'm like, no, no, you don't do that. You need to always keep that firewall on. If there's something suspicious on the side of the program, then that's something they need to fix. Because if it's sending red flags on our side, then their system could be compromised, and I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna be all allowing that on my system, right? So that's just how I see it. Maybe that's not even how it is. Maybe that's just not how it works. But common sense is telling me that I don't think I should be shutting down my firewall to run StreamYard. They even like take you through the steps to do it, to disable your firewall for StreamYard. I'm like, no, I don't think so. Because everybody's getting hacked nowadays, I'm telling you. So I don't see why they wouldn't want to hack StreamYard, and they do have a pretty big clientele. I'm sure a lot of people use StreamYard. I think, I would think. So you used Restream. It was good today. Yeah, I've been looking at Restream. All I can get on there is my intro. I think I could probably get one of these coffee videos for the background. I can create new ones, but I just got to figure out the music. I don't have so StreamYard has its own place to hold the music, right? So if you're going through Restream, I'm thinking you would have to play it through like a media player, and that's the part I haven't figured out yet. So I'm really bummed out because I got it all figured out on StreamYard. Everything's all figured out, and then I got to go to a new program and then redo that all over again. So that just takes a lot of time. I'm gonna go cook something. What's everybody having for dinner? What did Gate Smasher say? He's having a pizza and he's gonna go stargaze. That sounds actually really good. I have some frozen pizza dough in the freezer, but I should have took it out. Pizza sounds really good. I got pepperoni. I'm thinking about pasta if I don't have a pizza, but I don't have the right kind of pasta that I actually want to make. I'd like to do another one of those spaghetti bakes, but with a different kind of pasta with the pepperoni, and just kind of experiment with kind of maybe algo macaroni. We don't freaking have any. Because I'm in the mood for some comfort food, but I'm in the mood to experiment also. So I had salad already when I woke up. I had salad and leftover steak that my hubby made yesterday. He made a darn good steak. God, there's like a little bit left over. It was smoky. The house was smoky. I was like, what are you doing? But the steak came out fabulous. He just cooked it really fast, it seemed. He did have it on a timer. But anyways, that's what I had today. I had a steak and a salad. Just a little piece, though. Just a leftover. But I'm in the mood for like I like to call it like a cowboy macaroni. And I'd like to bake that with pepperoni and all that mozzarella. Oh my God. Or I could do a potato and ground beef. But I kind of want a pasta. Just kind of in the mood for a cheesy, yummy pasta. Hot. With some pepperoni. There is a ton of other streaming services, Rocher. I've looked into a lot of them, but I uninstalled and I actually know how to use it now because I had a lot of practice with it, which is what was that called? It's the symbol is a black circle that looks like a fan. O B uh OB is what is it called? OB something. Is it called OB something? I don't know. I uninstalled that, and since I uninstalled it because I was pissed. I was like, I can't. And then I couldn't uninstall it, so I got freaked out. And I think that's where I screwed things up on my desktop. Was cutting all permissions to that, and I think it screwed up other stuff. OBS. Thank you. Yes, OBS. Making a meat salad. Stupid. um, the meat salad. My Mike doesn't do greens, so he says the cows eat that stuff. The cows eat the salad, and then we eat the cow. So that's how he eats his salad. But OBS, yes. So I might have to reinstall that because I know you can stream through OBS, and you can put all kinds of stuff in there. You could run a background. You could do a lot of stuff actually. So I might, if there's enough time, if I even have the patience for it to set OBS up again on my desktop. I'm not taking my desktop when I leave, so I'm gonna have my laptop, and that already has OBS on it. So when you dive down the rabbit hole of these freaking these programs, it could take you days, hours, and it's exhausting trying to figure it out, all of that stuff out. Figuring it out, you got to watch videos, and how many videos you got to watch to finally get the hang of, you know. Then by that time you're exhausted, and then the way I lose interest really quick. So if I'm not getting it within the first 10 minutes and it seems very difficult, I just walk away from it because I don't have the patience for it. So I gotta get it right away, and it has to work right away. And if it's too difficult, then I get frustrated and I just walk away, and I'll go find something else. Make Italian food, Mexican style, right? I need macaroni. My hubby's still at work, but see, by the time he gets here, I want to eat already. So I might have to go to the store. I don't want to go to the store. It's too damn hot outside. I mean, I'm in the car. It's just the walk from the car to the store and back. Maybe I can have it delivered. Excuse me, can you deliver some macaroni, please? OBS is glitchy in the best of time. I know it is. See, even OBS is glitchy, but it's more stable than freaking StreamYard lately. Honestly, I think. So, yeah, that was just my thought of the day. I wanted to share kind of what I've been doing lately, and then kind of my thoughts on that darn tea door from all the way from Peru up to New Mexico to Arizona. Honestly, I don't know if it's been found in Utah. Uh, and I don't want to get into a bunch of conspiracy stuff. This is all right in your face. It's proof. It's filmed. There's some studies being done on it. A lot of people with history of working on this kind of stuff. That knowledge from them, and then scientifically, scientific data presented, on the subject. Stuff that's the stuff I like to read and follow. So yeah, I just wanted to share all that, and then StreamYard's been working okay for the past couple minutes, not too bad. But StreamYard, if you're listening, get your stuff together, please. I really would hate to go to, because I mean, all my stuff is in here. But after today, starting tomorrow, I am not paying for it no more. I'm taking a 2 month hiatus from StreamYard as far as paying for a glitchy program. So we'll see. They let you change your mind if it's but if the program is running up to par, then I'll continue paying it. But I am not going to pay for something that's or a service that I'm not getting quality out of. So you look at that Riverside one. Yeah, I did. I did look at the Riverside one. Remember, I was asking you a while back if you heard of it, and you said yeah. So I did look into it, but for some reason, it just seemed like hopeless to me with that one. So, but it's only like another week, a little over a week where I'm leaving. So I'm not. I don't know if I want to spend all that time, waste all that time trying to find another platform for my desktop to stream out of. I don't know if it's gonna be worth it to me. Zencaster is another one. Oh, I never heard of that. Let me write that down. Let me go to their website and see, and then save it in the bookmarks. Zencaster. Okay, that was that. Let's see. Yeah, I've never heard of that one. Excuse me. Get started for free. It's all free, and they want to put a frickin' watermark on your screen. Nothing is for free. I don't know why they keep saying free. Nothing is for free. What? Okay, let me just bookmark this stupid thing because it's starting to other bookmarks. So yeah, they're actually cheaper. They're $18 a month. What do they offer? Unlimited recording hours and uploads, unlimited separate multi-track recording, unlimited transcriptions up to 1080p video quality, high quality 16-bit 48K wave audio, Zen AI audio, and video editing suite. Oh. Chapterization for audio and video. They got their own AI system in there built in, transcription-based editing. Okay, that's nice. Manual clipping for social media. That's nice. StreamYard also has that. Unlimited podcast hosting and bandwidth. How is that? I'll look into that, Mike. Thanks. What's their monthly cost? Okay, it's $20 a month, or $18 yearly, so $216 a year. Okay. Well, that's cheaper than the 40 I'm paying for StreamYard. But I gotta look around the program a little bit and get a feel for it and see if I like it. But yeah, thanks, Mike. It's already saved that, so I'll look into that later. I am hungry. I want to go cook something. I wish I could cook with you guys, but I don't got macaroni. I'd really love to do a macaroni bake. Dang it. I don't want to use another noodle either. You know, it's just not the same. It's not the same texture in the mouth. Where you can eat it with a spoon, and if you use anything else, it's too big. You got to stab it with a fork, or you got to it falls off your spoon. Or you can use chopsticks. But I want the juice. I want the cheese. You know what I mean? Oh, you're gonna have Salisbury steaks? Where am I going? I'm gonna go cook some dinner. I've wanted to cook live, but I don't have macaroni. Dang it! I got my hubby. He does all the shopping, as you guys know, and I asked him for macaroni. He brings home freaking rigatoni. I'm like, no, no! God dang it! I'm actually gonna look in the cupboard. I know we don't have macaroni. I wonder if I have some in the fifth wheel. Oh, I might have some in the fifth wheel. That's what I'm taking for the. I wonder if I have any. I got fideo. That's not macaroni. You know what? I'm gonna go look in there real quick. I might have macaroni in there. Oh my god, if I had macaroni in there, we're cooking. We're cooking. Okay, we're gonna lose audio. Let me leave my headphones at the desk so it doesn't disconnect. Hang on a second. Wait, what is he making? When I will do live streams, I'll never use screencast because I deal with glitches with others using it, and I don't want to have to deal with it when I go live. Yeah, I get that. You might have Salisbury sticks. You made a pear salsa? Oh my god. Uh oh, in 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm going to the village. Usually I leave for the summer. But this year I wanted to stay home for the summer because I got a pool here and I could actually be active. Because up there it's too hot to go around anywhere, and I'm not jumping in the rivers where I could probably get blood poisoning. So I stayed home this summer, but this year I'm leaving in September instead of. So last year I usually would leave like June, July, August. So June, July, August, and then come back like September, or July, August, September, come back October, right? So, but this year I'm leaving September, coming back December. Let me go check to see if I got macaroni. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, no go on the macaroni, but thank goodness I went in there. So I had a few canned goods in there. One of my cream of mushroom soup cans popped. That darn lid popped right off of that thing. Thank goodness that the soup did not come out. I opened it and I saw that can of cream of mushroom soup popped. And I just grabbed. There was only like four other cans in there. One was fruit cocktail, one was enchilada sauce, and then I think another cream of mushroom. And the one that popped, they were all in there. I grabbed them all, and they're actually starting to expand. Son of a gun! But no macaroni, guys. Gosh darn it! So he said he read that comment wrong. Mike, with your pear salsa, yum. So that's like mango salsa, right? Except it's got pears in it. So you got jalapenos in there. You got onions. Do you have cilantro? You have or you probably don't use jalapeno. You probably use a different. You use crushed chili peppers, crushed chilies. You know, crushed chilies is that stuff you get in the pizza place where you have a Parmesan bottle and then another bottle of these round, looks like chili seeds. That's crushed chili peppers. Uh, and that goes great on pizza. That you could also add that into a salsa if you don't have jalapenos or any kind of chilies. Get a packet of that from the pizza place and incorporate that into your salsa, and you'll have a nice salsa for yourself. That's a nice substitute and a nice emergency backup because it's chili. It's just dried, but when it gets in there, it's gonna flavor your salsa. And like you can use that in a mango salsa. Just dice up your mangoes, add your whatever other flavors you want, whether it be cilantro, onions, and if you don't have chili and you got chili flakes, throw that in there. That'll work. You decided to have cheesy rice and chicken TV with broccoli in it instead. See, it's 5 o'clock right now. Now it's gonna be rush hour, and I'm gonna be stuck trying to go a mile from the house. I don't like it. I could do it. Do I really want macaroni? How bad do I want macaroni? Uh, cheesy rice and chicken sounds good. You emailed it to me. Good email. Uh, Dirt bait. Let's see. You just have your Salisbury steaks for tomorrow night for dinner. Oh my God. You had beer battered chicken again. That looked good. Oh. Where's the oh? Okay, here's the recipe. Oh my God. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in this. Oh, I gotta get Tabasco. I don't even know if I have any. I usually get Tabasco when I'm away in the fifth wheel. Where's the picture? ¿Dónde está el foto? Eh. uh, yeah, that's a nice. Dang, I think you were anticipating that I maybe have eye little trouble seeing eyesight issues. uh, that's awesome. Thanks. I'm definitely gonna try that with pears. Man, I wonder if that would work with apples. So if I go to the store, since you gave me this pear salsa, I'm gonna have to grab a pear or two, right? I should just get my butt out of the house and go get me some frickin' elbow macaroni so that I can make this crimes of humanity dinner that Mike likes to call it. Listen, Putana, listen. Yes, do your Salisbury steak tomorrow. I agree. Scully says, hello. Seriously, no, okay. I won't. I'll try the pear. Let me see what you got in there. 10 tomatoes. Peeled. Okay. Okay. Onion. White onion, yellow, red, jalapeno pepper seeded. Well, this is gonna make a nice big bowl of salsa. This is for like all week. Damn, that's a lot of salsa. No, no, that's not a problem. There's, the ingredients is the importance. That's interesting. That is some dry mustard. What you doing to that, Mike? Okay. No, it's gonna have a zing. It's gonna have a twang to it. It keeps forever. Dang it! I'm gonna look one more time in my cupboard because I really. Oh God, really do. I gotta run to the store. I mean, I should start the car and run it because I haven't ran the car and. Okay, I have fideo. What else do I have? I'm not gonna do spaghetti or fettuccine. No, I really want elbow macaroni. See, there's that stupid rigatoni. I don't even eat that stuff. Nobody eats it. I don't know why it's purchased. I need the tongs. Okay, let's see. You know, and I'm not a picky eater. I'm definitely not picky, but I cannot create what I want to eat with this type of noodle. It's just not possible. I mean, it is, but it's just the texture is not going to be right. It's so wrong. Come here. Oh God, get over here. Okay, this is not the right pasta. Let me see. Could I make this work? Can I make this work? These are the dilemmas in the kitchen. So let me show you the noodle that I'm looking at. I think this is rigatoni. Oh, let's drop the lid. Okay, look. This is the noodle. I could break it in half. See this noodle right here? Is that rigatoni? Or is that what kind of noodle is that? You guys see it? Hold on, let me make it bigger. Okay. What kind of noodle is that? Chola in California, putana in Italy. What kind of noodle is that? I really need macaroni, but I think this may work. It's not elbow macaroni like I want. What do you think? This isn't. Isn't this rigatoni? Or is it something else? Poor birds. Oh, they're hot. The kind you eat? Rochelle. That's not helping, Rochelle. That's not helping. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to use these noodles. I'm just going to use these noodles. I really don't want to leave the house. My stomach hurts thinking about it. Just thinking about leaving the house hurts my stomach. I think that's a hunger pain. All right. I think I could throw this together then. I got some diced tomatoes there. I got 2 cans getting ready to blow up. You guys oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, this is why I don't like the heat out here. It's too damn hot. Okay, let's see if I have all my ingredients. I do want to make that pear salsa though. There's some peppers. There's onion. Let's see. I'm gonna have to put out some ground beef. We got sausage. Yes, I can make another like a spaghetti bake, but a rigatoni, whatever the heck, ziti, whatever that pasta's called. The garlic. I got garlic. Okay, I think I got all my ingredients. I got all my ingredients. Penny, thank you. Oh God, thank you. Penny, it's penny pasta. It's the penny pasta. Puttana. Thank you. Because when we get our pasta, like that kind of pasta, I just empty out the box, and usually I remember what it is, but I apologize today. It has escaped my memory. Yes, so I'm gonna make a bake out of that. I'm not telling you again for F6. Thank you. Yes, so you know, let's make this. Let's just close this live down. I don't know if you guys wanna cook with me in the kitchen. Does anybody interested in watching that mess? Thanks for the recipe, Mike. I appreciate it, Mike. I love it. I love it. Maybe I could do that tomorrow. We could make some salsa, huh? What would that be good in? What are you eating that on? Are you eating that on tacos? You dipping chips in it? Pear. Are you putting it on taco salad? Taco salad is another good thing. Oh my God, No, I'm not making a tacos. I want pasta. I want pasta. I want pepperoni. I want cheese. I want melted. If I had a bigger crock pot, I would have cooked that in a crock pot. That takes too long. Oh, you put it on a chimichanga? Rochette says a plate. You're such a brat. With chimichanga. Did you make the chimichanga? Because you have to make sure the beef, right? You have to get your green chilies and your cheese, and fry your burrito. Put in a burrito, fry it, and then if you put sauce on top of that, sour cream, and then your salsa. Oh yeah, that would. Or you cut it in half and then you dipped it into your salsa. But I honestly, I haven't made my own chimichanga. I always buy them pre-made at the store already. Those big long ones. And if I'm really hungry and they don't have a chimichanga, but I want a burrito, I'll just go get a bean and cheese. But I know how to make those. But then you gotta make your own beans, and that takes a while. I'm not really a big fan of canned beans. I like to make my own, but it takes a while. You got to soak them overnight, and then you got to cook them the next day. You have to prepare. Ooh, sure. Oh my God. Oh my God. That sounds good. Oh, you put a little nacho cheese on it. That sounds good. Yeah, I'm gonna make my pasta. So I don't know if I'm gonna go live with that, because I mean it's gonna be a while. I'm gonna at least, if I go live making that pasta, it'll be putting it right before the process of putting it in the oven. Because I'm gonna do it like I did my baked spaghetti. Did you see that? Watch that, Mike. You gotta see that. Oh, it's only 8 minutes, maybe 10. Is it 10 minutes or 8? I don't know. That's freaking amazing. I'm definitely gonna make that again. My hubby's coworker saw my hubby eating it for lunch, and he's like, "I want that recipe." So like, I might be selling this in my area, baked spaghetti and a few other dishes. I know that they like my Spanish rice with my salsa, but pear salsa, that's a new one. Soup, beans, fried taters would be good right now. Soup, beans, and oh my god, I love all that stuff right now. I like that. I'm hungry, Roger. That sounds good. I'll eat all that. Soup, beans, and the poor birds. They're running out of water, so I got to get out there. But I just want to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you, Mike and Rashad and Scully and Face the Ace and Norma and Raymond for coming in and saying hello and spending some time. And Gate Smasher and YKB. Thank you all for popping in. And I'll probably go live just before. Well, let me prepare a lot of stuff. Okay, let me get the water. Let me get the pasta boiled, and then I'll probably go live and we'll do dinner. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later. You watch it? Okay, yeah. Oh God, you gotta go see that. Oh my God, it's so good. You'll probably call it Crimes of Humanity, but it doesn't matter because that's a compliment. All right, love you guys. We'll see you all later. Good night, beautiful Keith brother. Thank you. You take care too. Where's my other stuff? Extra. There we go. All right. All right. We'll see you guys. Have a great Friday. If I don't see you again, have a great weekend. Have a great, wonderful rest of your Thursday.